Corpus tantum nomine quod sum si et sanguis quem potanvi adheret viserbis meus et presta ut id meon remaneat scelerum macula quem pura et sancta refecerunt sacramenta qui vivis et regnas in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Welcome to the Tomes of Time. I'm the Timekeeper, and here are my victims. Players. Guests, if you will, who will now introduce themselves and who they are playing. Starting in this corner.
My name is, I go by Nolan Paranoid on TikTok, Nolan Moore on YouTube, where I post my own kind of D&D game. And I am playing Niela Vokane, who's the barbarian homebrew character of this campaign.
And down here.
Hello, my name is Blake /eDisciple, and I am playing the confused monk, Rafa Marcus.
Yeah. And in this corner, and in that corner, it's mirrored. I'm not used to that. Anyway.
And in this corner, with his boat at a couple of 100 tons. I'm Kyle St. Andrews. I play Captain Sean the Butcher Edinburgh.
Yes. And our cleric Donatello, played by the illustrious Black Doctor 21, is not here because he has a little anniversary with a special someone.
Yeah.
And while we applaud that, the show must go on. And so, speaking of the show going on, who can tell me where we last left our heroes?
I saw the light.
Yeah.
We fought vampires, right?
Yes.
And there was a dragonborn also there.
There was a
who was
dragon.
like a dignitary or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost died. And I would have died if it wasn't for a racial feat that I had. So thank you.
You're the one who made the race. I just approved the homebrew.
Actually, no, it was a barbarian feat. It wasn't even a racial feat.
Really?
I think relentless endurance is a barbarian thing.
Oh. It's also an orcish thing.
I'll double check. But yeah, we did that, and then they fled. And now we left the party, or are we still at the party?
Currently still in the midst of the first few breaths after the battle has ended. So you get inspiration. And that is where we'll resume as the crowd, suddenly the room fills with a strange, loud silence as the biting and screaming has subsided, and of all times, Rafa, you finally arrived to the party, deciding to be fashionably late as you make your way into the estate of Shamvow, opening the doors to enter the main hall. You are brushed by the by two of the clerics of the town, and then, shockingly, a dragonborn brushing by you again as you make your way into the building.
Oh my. So, let me actually get a roll 20 up. I probably need to do a perception roll. Oh no. Sorry, give me a second. I got a new phone and I forgot this. I haven't logged into it yet.
It's all right.
Basically, I'm gonna try and figure out what's going on. Why are these people running? Why is there?
Okay. Make an insight check for me, if you will. Oh, why will this not let me zoom in? Cool. It won't let me zoom in.
Almost there.
Please let me zoom in. Oh. Nope. That. Oh.
Here we go. Did it go through?
Wait. I don't know. I just did a glitch. How do I get the players back on the thing?
Drag us onto the screen.
I guess I have to do this from my computer. What the heck? What?
Yeah, at the very bottom, there's some tabs that should be able to let you change the
Oh,
view.
there we go. Apparently, double-clicking on the screen changed the layout. Oh, full screen layout. That's lovely how that's just a double-click. Okay, sorry. Now, good luck, I rolled one. You aren't sure what's going on?
Lovely. Well, then I'm going to cautiously enter the room, trying to stay at least somewhat hidden.
All right. As you open the door, it seems like they've gotten to dancing, although everyone just seems kind of panicked. There's blood on the floor. Donatello is actually currently gone behind this set of tables and is looming over someone that you cannot see.
So where am I? Am I by the door? Am I by the doors on the right? Is that where I am? Oh, down here.
By the bottom.
So these two guards that are by me?
They are guards who are just standing there doing nothing.
They're standing there doing nothing.
At the moment, yeah. There is a dead body on the floor beside the captain. For lack of resources, there are people just kind of off to the sides all around here.
Well, I'm going to look at the guards and say, are you not going to help?
Not our job.
Not your job? What kind of guards are you?
We are the honor guards of Lady Lorelei.
Okay. Well, I guess my priority would be to look who can I actually help here.
As you look around, everyone hears the side doors opening as Lance steps back out, kind of wiping his hands on his robes and going, a much needed bath. What the heck happened here?
Your guess is as good as mine.
He rushes over. Hello, you look hurt. What's going on?
There was, they were called vampires. Attacked.
Vampires?
Yes.
Captain, what happened?
I died and I came back.
We
were attacked.
Donatello! And he goes over and speaks to Donatello for a moment. And he looks worriedly at the three of you. Right. I shall get Herschel, and we shall accompany you to find out what is going on. At that, you notice the muttering. You can't recognize the language, but Donatello is performing some ritual as a light emanates from a body that the two of you know to be Cleric Ebed, as his sort of ghostial form raises from his body, and he looks at you with a tritonous smile, and reaches out a hand, and as the two of you remember with the ghost of the king from the catacombs, an energy emanates from him and imbues the both of you as you are brought to full health. The only thing you hear is his ragged voice saying, "Go, stop it," as the visage fades, and Donatello cradles up the body in his arms. And Lance comes over. "I'm afraid he won't be of much help right now. We should get going." He leads you out, and you quickly find Herschel had been talking to some of the other guard buddies. And by the time you make it out, you are shocked by the sight before you, as around you screams fill the streets, as fires have started, and you see looming, what's that called? Shuffling, shambling figures going after lively, fearful citizens.
Do we see any immediate danger, like any sources of danger other than fire?
Nothing immediately dangerous to you, but certainly to these citizens. Anyone who wants to make a check to try to figure out what's going on could announce that they'd like to do so.
Sure.
Okay.
Perception, investigation, which one? Investigation.
This would be either history or arcana.
Oh, okay. History it is. Really? Can I get a good roll, please? Gosh.
Kyle, the evidence around you seems to be these shambling figures. You were paranoid about this when things were going wacky in Trent, and you had kept your back to the mansion as you were examining the church's graveyard. That fear from then, it seems to be coming to pass. This is now the night of the living dead. There are zombies.
Well.
Lance looked around frantically. Well, the minister probably went back to the church. It's best to go there.
Are there people that we can help? Or is everyone zombies?
Well, normally when you break a spellcaster, it breaks their spells.
How can we find him?
As I just said, he's probably at the church.
Okay, lead the way.
Lance draws his rapier, and I have no clue what Hesh has as a weapon. Hesh pulls out a hand axe. It's got one of those nice little leather loops, and he just kind of swings it and goes, "Let's get a preacher." And you make your way through the streets. I'll bring us back to the Saints map. Will y'all be taking this road approach, or will you bring your way through the East Market to this road to approach? Basically, y'all are currently up here. So you can go just through the Rich District and the West East Market and come out into the square from this way, or you can go down this main road.
Seems the main road's faster, but is it more treacherous?
You're not sure.
Well,
If it's faster, we should just take the main road.
time's of the essence, I agree.
All right. You quickly make your way down the primary road. So y'all will be putting your figures down here. As you approach the roughly to scale center of town, you notice a culmination of zombies around the statue of Akara overcoming Ithamora, the Serpent of the Sea. I'll put down Rafa's token. Actually, you also have with you Lance and Hesh. Oh, is this map... Did I put this map proper? Oh, I did. Why is it acting weird? For some reason it's letting me put characters at the half. It is now time to roll initiative.
Oh no, where is it? Okay, I can't find it, so I'm just going to do a generic D20. Ooh.
That's not going to add it to the order, though.
Oh, I can't find it.
It's right next to your
Oh,
inspiration.
there it is.
slot.
Okay, I see it. Oh, that's pretty good.
I need a sheet of paper for keeping track of zombie life. Or unlife. Relife?
Undead.
Half-life. Half-Life 3, Combat Evolved. What's this piece of paper? Is this
Lucky.
important?
Very
This
confused.
is not important. Thank you for supporting our small business. Thank you for supporting my campaign. Make this descending order. I'm going to... Let's see. 1, 2... Nope, that's not how I should be doing it. 1, 2... Okay. Captain, you're up first.
I don't have my rifle. I do not have gunpowder because I blew up my powder horn, so I can't use my pistols.
One of your pistols was tossed. You had time. We'll say you had time to recover it if you want it.
Well, I want it for future things, but
Right.
I need a powder horn before I can use anything with gunpowder. Let's see. All I got is a cutlass, and a couple of daggers, but let's see. I guess I'll attack this guy here.
All right. You
With
can
the
get to him
cutlass.
easy enough. Roll to hit. Let's check the AC of these guys. Oh, roll damage. Okay. And that is number.
13.
Trying to figure out which zombo that is. It's not. That is zombie. Not. No, these are not numbered right. Okay. I should put these in by their initiative values, I guess. Which means this is number 6, who has taken... How much damage did you say, Null?
13.
13, thank you. 13... Sorry. Sorry, one quick. I'm rectifying the names of these on my damage sheet.
All of them go before I do. That's fantastic. Oh, Ralph is not on the initiative order. Neither is Lance or Herschel.
Oh, okay, I forgot to do my guys. I'll roll in.
I had a 17,
Goodness. Okay. Sorry.
I think.
Why are there more zombies than I made? Why is the captain on there twice? I'm confused.
That's not.
Huh?
He is on my... Oh. What? Wait. It's glitched for me, apparently. Why is there glitches in this system? Roll 20. What is wrong with you? So yeah, actually, Rafa, you're going first. So never mind the zombie starting to move.
Sweet. Well, I'm going to run up to support the captain. I'm pretty sure I can activate my armor and strike. In one
Yeah.
turn.
You mean mage armor?
My whatever, the Eldritch.
Oh, Armor of Agathis.
Or not
Yes.
Eldritch, yeah.
I believe, is it a bonus action?
Let me see. Well, I do have the dual attack as well, so
Key abilities, yes. It should say if Armor of Agathis is a bonus action or an action to cast. Okay, this is definitely bleeding with the last initiative because Donatello is here. Ugh.
Oh, you didn't clear the last initiative.
But it showed as clear.
It's always good to double check.
That's true. It's still stupid.
Well, I have this one spread out, so you know what's what at least.
So Rafa, what are you doing?
activating my my armor,
Okay.
coming up next to the captain to support him, and I'm gonna strike the nearest. That's a zombie in front of him, right? If I'm looking at it.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hit him with my quarterstaff.
Okay. Roll for it.
Alright. Two-handed.
You know what? I'll use Donatello's role as Lance's position in the initiative order. One less thing I have to do. Okay, so what's going on?
He's using his.
Okay, can you move your token next to the guy you're attacking?
I don't know that I can.
You should be able to click and drag.
Well, roll 20s on my phone.
Okay. Do you want to be on the zombie's right or left?
I'll be on, so north of him.
Okay.
Yeah. North of the captain. There you go. That works.
That, unfortunately... Actually, no, that does hit. Okay, so he sustains 4 damage. That is zombie number 6, who's already taken 13 damage, who is now taken 4 more damage. He's looking really
Would he
messed
know
up.
the dangers of what a zombie can do to a person? And I guess I can ask, is it like the zombie bites you, you can be infected kind of a thing, or is it...
Roll Arcana.
Okay. Okay, well.
You have very little experience with the concept of zombies. You're not sure what you're really dealing with, other than this is clearly a rotting corpse that is being animated.
I'm just gonna stick to my staff instead of my normal unarmed.
Alright.
Because it's icky.
It's this zombie's turn. He is going to shamble over and try to bite Sean. That was not the button to initiate the attack. Sean, you take 6 damage, 4 of which is necrotic. Make sure that you're not actually decreasing your max, but you just put off to a side like minus such from the maximum. So the way necrotic works is it takes from your max health, but we want to keep a track of your actual max health.
So it takes 2 from my max health, and I take 4 extra, right?
No. So just beside your max, note -4, and then from your actual health, That's 6 damage over. But basically, until you get healed by a holy man, you can't heal more than your max minus the necrotic. There's probably a better way to say that. Sorry.
Okay.
And he has multi-attack, so he will also try to scratch you. Does a 14 hit?
Yes.
Ooh. That white suit ain't white and ain't so white anymore. Ain't so suity. You take 3 slashing damage.
I wonder if he's gonna have to return it to the probably burning building that it is now.
Oof. Yeah. There is still screaming and running and other things that Jeff Goldblum said in Jurassic Park.
Running. Oh my.
I go turn into a burning building.
So scary.
Captain of the guard from Anvil runs forth and tries to chop right for the head. I don't know why I threw that in there.
That might be the sound it makes, who knows?
Hmm.
We'll see what the roll hits.
He has a +7 to hit. Ooh, yeah, that hits pretty good. He cuts into the creature for sure. Doesn't do horribly much. Shouldn't he have extra attacks? Yeah, he has an extra attack. So he will try to slash again, hitting, doing an awful number on this zombie, but it is still standing there. Why don't you just die? Again. It is now this zombie's go. Rafa, you feel a tap on your shoulder in the form of a zombie's claws.
Okay.
Does a 19 hit?
I'm pretty sure it does.
Okay. You receive 7 slashing damage.
So 5 of it's absorbed by my armor, and then he takes 5 damage from my armor.
Ooh, yes, as your armor of Agathis shatters and shotguns into him for a straight 5 damage. He makes another slashing attack. Misses.
He misses, yeah.
It's hard to hit with fingers that just got blasted off by ice armor.
Yay.
However, it is another zombie's turn. The zombies, unfortunately, got a lovely middle swath. Just to explain. Lance, Donatello's on my initiative order, and Lance is taking his. I don't know why it's not broadcasting to the full thing. It's being weird. But Lance is basically in the initiative order from my perspective. Okay. This zombie is going to stagger over here and also make a slashing attack on Ruff.
Oh no. I
That
blocked.
doesn't hit.
Oh, that one did.
You do manage to block one, but the other hand comes in and gets you for 3 damage across the wrist.
Ow, quit it. Ow.
This headless zombie wanders over here and actually can't try to bite you even if he wanted to. He tries to scratch, and he gets you for 5 slashing damage.
He does.
These guys are really strong. Or accurate at least.
They're glass cannons. They have like no good AC and very low health. So if the dice are not happy with you, you'll have a bad time. Now it's this zombie's turn. He's going to stagger over here and attack Herschel. Going for a bite. Herschel. Ooh, that hits his AC. That hurts. A little. Not much, actually. -7. Okay. He says southernly. No. Of course, the zombie can multi-attack. We'll try to scratch him. If it... It's his armor. Yeah. If it meets, it beats. He takes more damage. This other headless zombie will come over, make 2 scratch attacks, one of which hits. Hesha's getting a little chewed up at the moment. Lance steps in, and I have to pull up his character sheet now. Nope, this Lance. Oh, Lance doesn't have a lot of health. Does he have healing word? Spiritual weapon, lesser restoration. You touch a creature. Nope. Healing word. Target a creature of your choice. At higher levels, when you cast it, the healing increases. Ah, this is only one person. Does Cure Wounds only affect one person? A creature you touch. Captain Rafa, which of you looks hurt? Most hurt.
Probably me. I'm at 13.
I think he sees that the captain has been bit, so he's gonna focus on the captain. Captain, you regain 8 health as Lance taps your shoulder. May Pelo's light shine upon. And that'll actually... I think that's all he can do. It is this zombie's go, and he comes over here and can do nothing. Nella! A lot just happened.
Yeah. She's gonna move here, and then I am going to use my charger feet to run at this one and try to get... I'm not gonna push it back. I want to get that +5 if I hit. So I'm gonna hit him twice.
That hits, roll damage.
So 13 + 5, 18.
And that is numero. I was really hoping they'd come into the initiative order with whether I'd flip them horizontal or not to help me distinguish. They didn't. That is number 9, who has not taken damage.
No, he
took how much damage?
18. And that's
He looked messed up, and that other hits as well.
Oh, the 8 hits?
Both, yes, if it meets it beats.
Oh, I don't know if they both get the +5.
I'll say for right now, they both get the +5.
Okay, cool. So 15.
You charge up, and your axe cleaves cleanly. And you look up as the pulse of thinking as the pulse of action is overtaking you, and you just see this zombie slide apart into 4 unequal quarters, and it is no longer a threat.
Wait, were these zombies people of the city?
Roll an insight check.
She doesn't know that much about undead things.
Not anymore, it's not.
You can still try. On the way over, you noticed, lit by the looming fires all around you, the graveyard, the cemetery behind the church, full of freshly unturned graves.
Okay. So it's less likely that these are turned citizens and just actual dead things.
From the quality of their skin and their clothes, these people have been in the ground for quite some time. This is also a very old city.
Yeah.
This zombie gets to go. He's going to try to scratch the captain. That doesn't hit your AC. He's going to try to... Oh! Rafa. He reaches over and scratches right across your chest.
No.
12.
As you receive 12 damage.
Oh, wow. That was almost it.
Ooh, that's not good.
No. Good thing I get it turn in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, and it comes back over to Sean.
Can't hear you.
Was that 12 damage on me or him?
Me.
Okay.
Glad it was 13.
Okay. still got my cutlass, and I could cause damage on up to 2 creatures within 5 feet, and I see 2 within 5 feet right here and here. So I'll just. Does that hit?
Your cutlass can kind of multi-attack, right? Yeah, up to 2 creatures within 5 feet. So which 2 are you trying to get, or just these 2? Okay. Yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
Roll 1 damage or 2?
Does it specify?
It does not specify.
I'll say 2.
Okay, this is the first one. Here's
Okay.
the
Are you cutting right to left or left to right?
left to right?
Alright, so the top one receives 6 damage, the lower one receives 4 damage. Those are zomboids. Okay, that is 6. 6 taking, okay. Taking 6. You cleave through the first one, and it falls over backward in twain. The lower one, you simply cut into a bit. Yeah. Okay. But the other one you cut into looks very, 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 very close to being kaput. Rafa, it is your turn again.
All right. So if I move to the space just left of Lance, can I still hit that top zombie with a ranged attack?
Yes. Remember, you should use. You'll have to use your action to disengage unless you want 3 opportunity attacks on you.
Say that again.
Actually, as a monk, I think you can use a key point to disengage.
Okay.
Because if you just leave their space, they'll get a chance to hurt you.
Oh, really? I can't just retreat?
Yeah, you can.
Yikes.
So I think as a monk, you can spend a key to disengage. I could be wrong.
Well, I'd need to retreat, so whatever I have to do that, I'm gonna.
Step of the Wind. You can spend 1 key point to take the disengage or dash action as a bonus. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can spend 1 of your 5 keys to basically just disengage, because normally disengage is an action.
I see. So I'm able to do that and move to the space to the left of Lance, and
Yes.
am I still able to use a ranged attack or no?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do all that.
Okay.
So what do I roll? I'm on Eldritch Blast, but it doesn't give me something to roll.
You should be able to just click the name of it and it should effectively cast it.
Oh, there it goes. I see it. Okay. Oh,
Okay.
well, it just sends the description.
Make a ranged spell attack. Okay. Clicking on just the name should have sent it out as an attack, I would think.
Try again. No, it doesn't do anything.
Okay, let me figure out what's wrong. Technical difficulties.
So just a d20. I mean, I can.
D20 plus your spell attack bonus, but doing that should do it. Okay. No?
No, it's the same
Spell
thing.
save. That's not how it's supposed to work. What? Yeah, roll a d20. I'm looking at your spell attack bonus.
Okay.
I don't know why it's being weird. It shouldn't.
I was wanting to be just to the left, if I could, of Lance there. If that's
Okay.
enough. If I have enough movement to get there. Just so that they're all in front of me.
You want to be just to the left like that? Or behind him?
Like behind, yeah. Like on the screen to the left, I meant. Not his left, I guess. That's unclear. Yeah. That's good.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, that hits. Which one are you targeting?
the one on the top, to the top left. Right there. Yep.
That hit. Roll 1d10. Alright, he's hit with the mote of crackling energy. Dark crackling, brooding energy. He receives damage. This is Thriller. The zombie is going to attack Herschel.
Ooh.
Oof. Hesh looks bad. Oh no!
Whoa.
Hesh looks bad.
Oh no.
He is doing sorely. But it's his turn to retaliate. Now that's insulting an officer. Ooh.
Nice.
He hits. He slashes right up through the head of the zombie as it falls backwards. And he then brings his axe down to bear on the other one beside him, attacking right into it as it falls as well. This zombie, being hurt now, will come over, attack Lance, and miss. Attack and hit. Ow! Lance takes a little bit of damage. Just a little bit of damage.
A wee little bit.
A wee bit. A wee tad. This one makes his way over to the captain. And someone sets off a firework on the wrong day.
Mm.
I have that too.
Go for a scratching attack. Misses. Hits. Captain, you take 6 slashing damage. This zombie comes over to you as well, Captain. Tries to slash. Misses. Misses.
I mean, he doesn't have a head. It's kind of hard to aim, you know.
Right.
I would just flailing wildly.
Lance looks at you, Roth, and goes, "Oh heavens!" And taps your chest to evoke. Is healing word better? No, it's not.
Language.
All
right.
gives you an improved healing. And Rafa, you are healed for 13.
Ooh. That was a good one. You know what? I was at 1. I was at 1.
Oh no.
That was close.
Oh no. And he is going to try to stab the zombie with his rapier. That hits. Through. Which one is this? Goodness, you'd think I'd know. Okay, it's that one. As he stabs the zombie through, pulls back, the zombie simply falls limply as a little holy magic sparks through the hole in the zombie. Yeah. This zombie comes over to Hesh, and I just realized that I closed the zombies chart. It's going to scratch, hit. Hesh is doing sorely. Very, very. Ooh. Huh. The zombie you all see and you all watch in horror as the zombie grabs onto Captain of the Guard, Herschel, and just bites right into his neck.
Oof.
And rips out a chunk. The chest goes, "Ugh!" and falls limply to the ground.
Oh no.
And it is now Nella's turn.
She's recovering from a bug.
Is Nella okay?
It was a large bug entered her IRL chamber.
Probably. Actually, at this point, we can take a short break. Kyle, could you kick us off with a gospel break as we take a few minutes to recollect ourselves?
Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, please gather around. Let me tell you a story about a man named Adam who screwed up everything, then blamed God. What a knucklehead. Because of him, we're all born into sin, every last one of us. None of good, no, not one. None of righteous, no, not one. And the wages of sin is death, which means we stood for a just, holy, righteous God today. We would be condemned of our sinful actions. But there's good news, aka the gospel. 2,000 years ago, Jesus Christ came, perfect man, perfect God, lived a perfect, sinless life, went to Calvary and died for our sins, took our condemnation so we and rose again on the third day. If you confess your mouth that Jesus Christ is Lord and believe in your heart God rose from the dead, you shall be saved. Today is the day of the Lord's salvation. He stands at the door and knocks. The question is, are you going to answer? And if you've already answered, please share the gospel and get your butt in a pew. Get discipled. This gospel break has been brought to you by Tones of Time.
Very nice.
So you going to do your shout out?
Yeah, y'all can shout out your contents and your things.
Me first? Yeah. So on TikTok, and actually on all of the social platforms, I'm known as eDisciple. My channel exists to help edify the body through teaching and apologetics. I also do what I can to help disciple people if they don't have the means to be discipled temporarily until they can actually be placed in a church and under the watchful eye of a pastor. So if anyone has questions or needs help regarding the Christian faith, I'm happy to help.
You can go to my website, kylestandrews.com, and you can find pretty much every social media platform I'm on, and also my podcast, The Stream Talk, and also you go Kyle St. Andrews on TikTok.
I'd say please go to .stevenstoll on TikTok, but I'm currently logged out of my account. So please help out my alt at that Calvinist Steven. I'll probably put it in the bio or something. And also check out my Patreon, which will be in the bio. I need to figure out a new mainstay content for that, and get back to doing Louis Corners. Louis Corners, you keep it out, please. If you like watching content, if you can help support people, please do so. And listen to the illustrious Nola. She explains other places you can find her.
I stream on Twitch under Null and Paranoid with underscores between the words, and then I post those streams to YouTube. It's just a D&D game of my homebrew nature. This is a big beetle that was flying around, and now it is inside my candle. And I'm going to let it out later. But it hit me in the head, dude. I freaked out. With purpose.
Logically so.
Right.
Still going? Still going?
I explained my stuff.
Okay. Yeah, streams Journey Through Marrow with and as the audience takes their seats, puts their phones back on silent, gripes about their popcorn selection, we return as Nella. It is your turn. Captain Hesh has just fallen before you.
Oh no. Oh, is he like dead?
Probably not yet, but part of his neck did just get bitten out by a zombie.
Oh, that's not good. Well, I can't do anything about that, so I'm just
eliminate danger.
Like a bull. She's going to take a few steps back and then use her charger feet again to run at this zombie.
Sure thing.
And hit it twice.
Both hit.
Cool. So are you doing where they both get 5?
Yep.
Alright, so that's 17 and 14.
Another exploded zombie.
With my warhammer.
17 and 14? How do you want to do it?
I want to use my hammer and turn this zombie into jelly.
Alright. Play-Doh Island whack-a-mole style.
Squish.
And there's just icky zombie goo on the ground around your hammer in a lovely blast radius.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my turn.
John. Ooh, this fight is bookended. Now bookended by heroes.
I'm gonna slash again and go left to right.
Alright, roll
I got
for
that before.
Keep them
that
away.
hits. Roll damages. Okay, 8.
Nice.
You do a perfect cut right through the two last torsos about you as they fall to the ground. And Lance stands over Hesh, applying his hand and healing words to the wound. Make it. And after a moment of imbuing with magic, glowing from the wound in the neck, you see the eyes flash open with a jut of light. As Hesh, oh, bloody, oh. Well, what are we standing around for? We got a vampire to kill. As he gets up. And I actually need to set his health. And Hesh casts... not Hesh casts, no, Hesh is a fighter. Lance prays over the three of you, and you each gain 10 health.
I don't
Okay.
think I lost any health during that battle.
No.
No.
She just exploded things.
The other two gain 5 health each from the 10 that would have gone to you.
Yeah. That was close. That was really close.
That was. I'm afraid for the battle ahead. Oh, goodness. I go to the bathroom for 5 seconds and suddenly... Oh, goodness.
Maybe I should reconsider being a monk and wear some armor.
Perhaps. And with that, I'm assuming you all head into the cathedral.
Yep.
Alrighty. As the fires and the screams mark the night, you enter the musty old place. At the end, as you enter through the doors to the sanctuary, you see Serventi, the younger cleric, clutched by Father Hagios as he bites into the younger cleric's neck. And Serventi cries out, "No! No!" And the body is dropped to the ground as Hagios looks at you and wipes the blood. Took you long enough, adventures, but your journey ends here. And he raises out his hands. There's a dramatic flash of lightning through the stained glass windows, and you see his visage much clearer as the stained glass actually shatters from a slight sonic boom. And the stained glasses don't just fall to the floor, but they begin to coalesce.
Oh, big boys. Oh, God. Oh.
I have served this town long enough. Now it shall serve me.
Huh.
And we shall roll initiative again. Make sure we do it right this time. I hope. Descending order. No randos? Yes, no randos. Oh, that's a lot of stained glass guardians.
Choice. Oh yeah, there's 6.
Or stained shard guardians.
Oh, Rafa, you need to.
Roll.
Oh, I need to add the other people too. Here, do you want me to just roll for you, Rafa?
Why did it not work?
Did you click
the token?
Yeah, you have to select your token first.
Oh, I don't know.
It's alright.
I don't know how to do that.
That's
Sorry.
alright. I'll do it for you. Oh, Rafa, you have a point of inspiration. That's cool.
I have what?
You have a inspiration point.
I do.
You can use it to re-roll a roll that you wish to.
Should I do it on that? I'm gonna hold on to it.
Oh wow.
And I need... Where on earth is...
Ooh, that's a 1.
You want to make it your 6 that you had before?
I can change it to 6.
Okay. Yeah, because I did roll a 6. I rolled a 6. But the computer rolled a 6 for me. I don't like those. 1s are not good. I've already had 1, then I guess with the hit points being to 1.
There you go. Okay. This stained glass guardian goes first, and it just flies around slightly menacingly.
Flies? They fly?
They fly. They float.
Oh no.
Oh, great.
They twinkle. There's a slight glass wing chimey-ish twinkly sound about them as the light softly glimmers. This one itself looms closer, the bottommost shards of its form scraping the pews. Tesh pulls out his crossbow gunslinger style. He goes, I've shot battles before. I edited that. Don't give me that, computer. Why does he have 2 crossbows?
Shoot both at the same time.
He hits the one stained glass guardian.
Like a Van Helsing. It's a good picture of Van Helsing to be right now.
This is just the time for a Van Helsing.
That's right.
This is 21. Has received 5 damage. 22 has received no damage. There are 2 different 5s. Eesh. And they're both the upside downy boys.
There's also 2 10s.
Oh, lovely.
They're kind of different though.
Sorry, I'm just getting that out of the way so I can track health. There we go. Sean, it is now your turn. As an arrow has sailed through that closest looming figure.
Oh, is he muted?
Can't hear you, bud.
Okay, sorry. I keep forgetting to cut that up. I'm gonna go right there and hit him with my cutlass. That's all I got right now.
Sure thing. Roll for it. That hits, roll damage. Alright. It receives damage. What are these things' health again? That's the wrong guy. Okay. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, sure, this is fine. This is fine. Yeah, this is fine. Nella.
She's just gonna...
We're not gonna take it.
I guess I could dash doubles my speed, right?
It does, but it costs an action.
That's fine. How far can I get with 80? I can get to there. If I run past, like, down the middle aisle, will I invoke attack of opportunity from this guy?
From which one?
Oh, my thing's on the wrong one. This one. Like, if I just go straight down the center aisle.
I'll say no.
Okay, so 80 feet puts me there. And then that's going to be my turn. I just want to get straight to this guy.
Okay.
That's going to be my turn.
Hagios looks at you and goes, if it isn't the piggery, yet again. And his eyes.
Oh,
That's
wow.
how I wanted to do that.
Oh.
Well, that doesn't do much different. His eyes become inky voids from which you feel a dreadful presence. You must make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Ruh-roh.
I'm gonna use my inspiration. Yes!
Oh, nice.
Ah!
Well played.
Okay.
Screw you, vampire man.
And you just kind of shrug it off.
Mm-hmm.
And his eyes return to normal and he goes, strange witchery.
You're just not scary.
Oh.
I'm scared of you.
He doesn't move. He doesn't walk. He floats towards you.
Oh, man, that's so eccentric.
Like emotionless, like Saitama, and you're like, oh, this is not good.
Just,
Like,
And he
that's
tries to scratch you.
doesn't hit.
Claws. He tries to scratch you again. Stand still.
Nah.
nah.
I'm the villain, dang you.
I'm tired of you. And when it comes to my turn again, I'm going to pulverize you.
That's all he can do.
Yeah.
This stained glass guardian looms over to Lance, who kind of cowers back a little as part of this shimmering floating form sort of recoils like an arm winding up and then thrusts through the torso of Lance. He goes, ah! He screams.
Ooh.
That actually does beat his armor class. And the arm retracts back out of him. For an unfortunate amount of damage. As he is bloodied. And it shifts its form and shimmers and catches the light just right as who's closest to it? Here's what is going on here? Bad organization. That's what's going on here. Rafa, please make a wisdom saving throw.
Let's see. Saving throw.
As the light hits you, it hits with a pattern of reflection blinding to where you are stunned until the end of this creature's next turn.
Well, that's not good. You were gonna like what I was gonna do too.
I probably would. This one moves out here, not quite sure of what it should do. And it's Lance's. Oh, Lance! Oh no, buddy. What you gonna do, man? It's Lance's turn. I don't have a lot I can do here. He is going to tap his own injuries and cure wounds himself. For the same amount of damage he took. How great. And he is going to make a rapier attack. That is not going to hit. Unfortunately, Rafa is stunned.
Well, sorry to interrupt. What is when it says passive proficiencies? Does that have anything to do with that or no?
No, unfortunately.
Okay, fair enough. Just thought I'd ask.
Proficiencies aren't really something that comes up a lot because they're not normally used correctly. But
Gotcha. It was in wisdom, so I thought I'd ask.
one second, sorry, I have just spilled liquid on myself because carbonation exists.
That's rough, buddy.
Pardon?
I just said that's rough, buddy.
Gee, thanks. Okay, this one is going to lube over here as well.
Oh no.
As will this one.
Oh no.
And I'm gonna make a slight executive decision on health points.
Into the thick of it.
Into the thick of it. Bam, 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 bam. You could easily die.
It got dark.
This one is going to loom about 15 feet away from you, Sean. And you watch as a spiral of its shards whirl up like a sideways tornado and fire at you. As a barrage of sharded glass rips through you for 11 slashing/piercing damage.
And that was towards who?
Huh?
So who was that towards?
You.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Yep.
There we go.
The one beside you winds up its arm to make a pierce attack.
Ooh.
Pretty sure that hits. You take 12 piercing damage.
I'm down to 4.
Ooh. Hash runs over with his axe and goes, "Not today, Glassy." I don't know.
Alright.
What?
Is it alright?
Whoa, he hits pretty well, though. That's not much damage. Let's see, this is number... I wish the initiative would act... Okay, that's 21. And he gets another attack. That. If it meets, it beats. He just barely hits it for another amount. And the stained glass creature shatters and its bits fall to the floor. Captain,
Yes.
it is your turn.
Onward into battle. I'm gonna attack this one.
Alright. That does not hit.
And it doesn't.
You should have a multi-attack. I forgot to fix that, I'm sorry. Please make a second attack. Ooh, that also does not hit, I am afraid. The glass just parts where you try to hit. Miela, you're being flanked by 3 of these things.
Okay. I mean, she's just gonna attack the vampire guy, I guess.
Alright.
With her warhammer twice.
Ooh,
Oh well.
neither of those hit.
And she's like, "You stay still."
Whoa, you almost had it. Nice try. Now it is my turn. He points his finger at you like a finger gun and shoots Ray of Frost.
Oh,
Does that beat your AC?
yeah.
You
Oh,
take 2 cold damage.
no. Oh, so cold. Burr, I need a coat.
Oh, want a coat? I will give you a coat of blood. And he tries to kick you. He's levitating more or less above you.
Doesn't work.
He tries to kick you again and hits you. Oh, he kicks you pretty hard.
Okay, so he is kicking me. He's not trying to grapple me.
Correct.
Alright.
You should maybe rage so you start taking half damage from things.
Alright, it's alright. I know what I'm doing. Kind of.
know what I'm doing. This looming figure takes its turn and in front of Lance. And we'll try to pierce him again. I just healed that, dang it! And we'll use its other attack on Rafa. Rafa, you take take 18 slashing damage.
Oh, I was just whining and crying in terror. I was going.
As you come back out of the stun from the gleaming to the pain of broken glass peppering your shoulder and left side, though that's one behind Nella decides to skip its turn. Lance is gonna be selfless. How hurt is everyone?
I have 5 left.
I'm doing fine.
I got 4.
Ooh. That's not good. He's gonna heal both of you for 12 health, 12 HP.
Alright.
And he is going to try to stab this thing before him. He's gonna hit! Amazing.
Did you say both of us cut 12?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Okay, that's 10. 10 zoomed in, takes 4 damage. He stabs it a little bit, and he's gonna try to run away because he is sorely hurt. But of course, he has no action, so he will evoke an attack of opportunity. He runs towards you as the piercing arm of the Shard Guardian stabs him through again. He goes, "Ah!" and crumples to the ground before you, Rafa. Man, if only someone with over 20 AC was here.
Is it finally me?
Rafa, it's your turn as this man has fallen before you.
Okay. So I'm still going to do what I was going to do anyway. So, Rafa is going to pray. Rafa is going to invoke the god of Donatello, saying, I don't know truly yet if you are there or who you are or what your character is, but if you are the benevolent and good and holy god that Donatello says you are, I humbly request your assistance in routing this evil before us.
Okay. Can I ask the two of you below me to leave the studio for just a second and come back in so I can basically say something in private of what Rafa sees. You say this, and it's as if everything comes to a still for just a moment. The dust in the air, the shards of the dust of glass, they all just, and you see a slight light centering on Lance as a figure sort of descends over him. It's as if you can see him, but at the same time you cannot. He's wearing head to toe what seems to be pure white armor, a full face, not like a knight's helm, as if, for lack of a better term, like Cobra Commander, where it's just a single panel with no holes. And he looks at you, and he draws a sword. And he looks around. He lifts a hand, and all the glass sort of shatters even more and freezes back into the moment.
Cool.
To all of you, Captain, you don't hear much more than muttering behind you, but instantly all of the glass figures shatter around you. And you all see a nearly invisible glowing figure. Except for you, Rafa, you still see what you were. A shimmering gold point of light, figure of light, approaching Hagios as he looks away from you now and goes, "No! No! No!" And he is blasted back into the altar as it shatters behind him. And Rafa, the figure, turns and looks at you and disappears. The fight's still going, but you all feel like the tides just got very turned.
Excellent. And how is Lance?
As you look at him, his wounds seem healed again under the torn armor and fabric.
Excellent.
Hagios stands. "No matter, you can evoke your god, but I will not die so easily." And Hirsch goes, "Not if anything to say about that I have," and fires again his crossbow.
Interesting.
Fires twice. The arrows go to either side, skittering off the stage as Hagios chuckles. "Words so easy." Sean, you have a renewed vigor as you realize that your health is now clicked over to full. All of your healths are full now.
How far would I be able to sprint?
For the sake of the bit, we'll say you can get all the way up to him and still make an attack. I believe that hits.
Then I get 2 attacks, don't I?
Sure, yes.
Nice.
Roll damage.
We're getting some good rolls tonight.
Yes.
Niela, you're not sure what just happened.
No, I'm not, but whatever.
Your jaw doesn't hurt anymore.
No? Oh, I can use my charger feat as well. I'm gonna do that. Do either of those hit?
I'll say one of them hits, but you can tell that it shouldn't have.
So that plus 5, so 11.
Okay.
It's my turn.
He looks between you. "What do you think? This is a cathedral of Paylor?"
I don't smell that god.
And he has so many abilities. I don't really know what to do with him. No. He will blast out. From himself emanates a cone of cold. As he screams. Please make Constitution saving throws.
Everybody, or just her?
Just the two of them.
Oh, okay.
You find, despite failing, you only take half damage. You only take. I'll say you only take 15 damage each. Rafa, as you're looking at them, you see this gleaming aura flash as the cold washes over them that dissipates as soon as the cone subsides. Lance gets up. Oh! He stretches out his hand and goes, "No!" and casts Sacred Flame. The Vampire Lord must make a Dex saving throw. He fails. And some of his ashen skin burns away as the Sacred Flame swathes over him, over his body. And Lance will rush forth. Rafa, it's your turn.
I'm just gonna follow alongside Lance.
For the sake of things, I will say you can get all the way up to the vampire and still make an attack. You can also use a key point to do many attacks.
Fair enough. Okay. I'll go all the way up.
Alright.
I'll do, let's see. I'll go ahead and do the 2 unarmed attacks. So, this guy.
That does not hit.
Okay.
That, unfortunately, does not hit either.
Still able
you still get one more attack because how Flurry of Blows works is you strike and then you make 2 unarmed strikes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, none of those do damage. You find his body resilient against your punches.
Fair enough.
Herschel slowly walks closer as he unleashes another. He does have 2 crossbows, and he just I'll be you, Helsingberry. One of those hits, sinking into him for 6 damage. Ow! As I almost cut my finger on my pencil. Captain, it is now your turn.
I attack again. My
That
second attack.
unfortunately did not hit.
Right, second attack.
Wait. That's unfortunately just not enough, as he supernaturally dodges to the side. Niela.
I'm gonna hit him. I got it.
I'm gonna hit him.
I got it.
Both of those hit.
Oof.
How do you want to do this?
I want to turn him into mulch. I had something I wanted to say, but I can't remember it right now, and I'm not going to waste time trying to remember it. But she's just going to basically kick him down and smash his head into the stairs.
As right before you get to him, he goes, "You fools! You will... Oh!
Shut up.
No!" So you beat him with your maul?
Yep.
Okay. As a flood of bats fly out from the foyer into the night,
Oh.
and there is silence in the cathedral as his body lays mostly lifeless beside that of Serventi. I think, given the absence of another player, I think that's where we're going to end for tonight. Once again, at the conclusion of battle, thank you all for playing. Those who got to watch, or will get to watch, thank you for watching. This is Tomes to Time. Tomes to Time. This is Tomes to Time. Yes. No. This has been Tomes of Time. Until next time, God bless.